Vietnam. What's going on, guys? I am live this morning because it's basically my last day on the project that I am on. I will be transitioning to a new part of a project, and I don't really have any work to do, and I have to be up at this time, have to log on to my computers, and there's nothing really for me to do. So I said, hey, why not do a live stream and let's see who comes in. What's going on, transient? Yes, sir. I am the hardest working man on YouTube. What's going on? The hardest working man on YouTube. Mm. You still in Phoenix? You just woke up? Yeah, I just woke up not too long ago myself. Trying to use the natural sunlight here, so still on your 34-hour reset. What does that mean? Should I use natural light, or I think that's good enough, or should I use artificial light? I think it's good enough for what I'm trying to achieve. Just seems like maybe there's a little too much natural light coming in. Maybe is that a little better? There you go. It might be a little better. Logbook rules. Okay. I'm not sure what that 34-hour reset is, but is that a little... You're off for 34 hours? Do you use a CB radio, transient? Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas. How are y'all doing today? How are gas prices in the Permian Basin today? The crazy thing is, we got about 100 million barrels of oil from Venezuela, and we're the largest producer of oil in the world. And the gas prices are still, for us, at these record highs. So it is what it is. Use up to 70 hours, and we have to go all for 34. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. It's kind of like what well, I don't know if it's a good analogy, but a good comparison. And sometimes in banking, that they require you to take off 2 weeks in a row. If you're in some type of sensitive position within banking, it's like a federal law that you have to take off 2 weeks in a row. So yeah, I'm doing consulting work. It's a little bit different. The rules are a little different. But yeah, I'm gonna be taking off in April, and I'm actually gonna be going to Vegas. So letting everybody know officially, most likely I'm going to Vegas. Hey, what's going on, Jerry? Good to see you. Good morning. It's not too bad here. It looks a little bit overcast. I don't know what the weather is. I should check. Let me check my my other phone here. Let's see what the weather is. You haven't had a week off work in 7 years. Wow. Mr. West Texas, man. I know you got that Marine mentality, but damn, brother. Like, take some time off, take a vacation with your family. That's crazy. It sucks to be off in hot ass Phoenix. Yeah, man, my team lead is in Arizona. I forgot where in Arizona. But yeah, she's telling me it's already like 100 degrees down there. They're having a heat wave down there. I'm just hoping it's not going to be like that when I go to Vegas in a few weeks. I hope I'm not going to have 100+ degree temperatures. I've been to Vegas in April before where it was 90 degrees and it didn't really bother me. I'm used to it. Like in New York City we have the four seasons. So during the summertime it easily gets over 100 degrees in August and sometimes in July. So but here it's very humid. So it makes it even worse. So I'm used to the warm weather. I mean, I could tolerate it. I don't like it, but I could tolerate it. So it's like 57 degrees here right now, which is not terrible, but it might rain. It's going up to 59. It's about 60 today. So, it's a little overcast. Yeah, it depends what time of the year you go. If you go in the winter time, I went in March before as well, and it was very rainy in March. But um, I'm hoping it's going to be pretty nice when I go in next month. I haven't checked the weather forecast in about a month, but last time I checked, they said it was going to be in the like mid 70s. But I should really check it now because I'm sure the weather has changed. But as long as it's not raining, I don't care what the weather is. If it's somewhere between 75 to 100 degrees, I don't mind it. Mm. Just got a drink here, a little drink. So, does anyone have any plans for the weekend? I'm gonna try to catch up on some sleep. um, Supposed to go on a live stream with Humble, LBS, and Cartier on Sunday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So let's see what happens. I'm really excited about that. I'm glad someone actually invited me. It's been about a almost a year since someone invited me on a live stream, so really happy to be partaking of that. I've never been in Vegas. I think the coldest it was in Vegas when I was there was around like 50 degrees. I went in December to Vegas before as well. I used to go to Vegas a lot, at least a couple times a year. So I'm quite familiar with Vegas. Anybody got any plans to buy any PMs? It's like prices are up today, guys. Oh, oh shit. I gotta get used to this new stand that I bought. Look at this. Okay, here we go. So crude is up a little bit. It's less than 100. Stock market's down. Going to the coin shop tomorrow. Nice, nice. I know where you're going. You're going to the vault, baby. The vault in Odessa. Is this it? There you go. Oh, what? Gotta go to the vault, baby. There we go. Odessa. Open at 10 o'clock. See their website. Oh, nothing. You're planning, but you need to wait a little to save some money. Okay, that's cool. Hopefully the prices will still be down. I placed an order a couple weeks ago for 40 ounces of silver. I have to get that. I'm waiting for that. I purchased a 1 ounce gold coin, which I received yesterday. I think I showed one person here. I'm not. I don't want to say what it is. And I ordered another vintage silver bar. So I'm waiting for that as well. So yeah, I've been very busy. I've been very busy buying precious metals lately, trying to take advantage of the dip a little bit. As long as you're buying something, I don't know how long these prices are gonna last for. So we'll see what happens, guys. I just don't understand what's going on now with the price of precious metals. As I was saying last night on my live stream, it doesn't make sense to me why the price of precious metals are going down. Usually, when there's a war, prices tend to go up. People put their money in a safe haven of precious metals, and it just doesn't. I think it's highly manipulated. I think I can't explain it any other way why the price has been going down lately. Yeah, so I'm just gonna. Well, I gotta clean up a little bit. Gotta do some spring cleaning. So maybe I'll do that a little bit. Um, Maybe a little today, a little tomorrow, a little bit. Yeah, it definitely went up too high, but why did it go up so high in such a short amount of time and then go down so much in such a short amount of time? It's because it's manipulated. There's no other logical way of making sense of why it went up so much. It wasn't just because of FOMO, because people were switching from crypto to precious metals. That probably drove it up a little bit, but how could something triple in value in a matter of, a couple months? It doesn't make sense to me. You know, there's nothing logically, that I could think of that would have made it go up so much such a short amount of time. The what's happening in Ukraine, nothing really changed there. The Middle East, that real at the time, it really didn't change. Nothing really changed much there. Things actually got better there, right? So like, why did the price jump up so much in such a short amount of time? So I can't think of any other reason beside price manipulation. And I knew it was gonna crash. I kept saying it's gonna crash, and people were like, "No, it's gonna go to 150. It's gonna go to 200. It's gonna go to 300 silver." I'm like, it's not sustainable now at 120. Why do you think it's gonna go that high, right? And I talked to the guy who out in California. What's his name? He predicted $180 an ounce when he went to Tim's shop, right? Surfer. So what was it? Silver Surfer. And I asked him, like, what makes. I said to him, "Do you still think it's gonna go to 300?" And he's like, "My prediction was 180, but now I'm upping it to 200." I said it could. People were saying it could go to as high as 300 an ounce. So he still thinks it's going to actually go to $200 an ounce by the end of the year. And I said it's possible. Anything is possible, but I don't like to make price predictions. But he's actually upping what he thinks it's going to end up at by the end of the year. So I don't think it's going to go to 200. I think maybe it'll go back up to around 100 by the end of the year, but I mean, I could be completely wrong as well. I don't really like to make price predictions. I'm not Nostradamus, right? But my gut is telling me it's not gonna go that high, quite that high, if it does go up. Uh, Comex runs out. Uh, I think with all the silver, I don't know. I mean, there is a shortage. There still is a shortage of silver, but I don't think. the price tripling in such a short amount of time, even with the shortage of silver, I don't think it was natural to see that happening. Crashing the price for when comes run out, or Comex runs out, they can pay people out in cash. And that's the thing. People want to get paid in the precious metals now. This is unprecedented. Just a couple years ago, right? I saw a video on YouTube, and this guy wanted delivery of the silver, and he could not get delivery of the silver. He tried calling them, and he, like, I don't know if he just almost something short of like having a lawsuit to get paid out in silver, and he couldn't get paid out in silver. So now with the price of silver going down, how many people's contracts are going to want to get paid in silver now when the contract is up, right? Because of the price going down. So you don't really know the true demand for paper silver right now. I mean, the paper market is just is just crazy, and I'm sure a lot less people are going to want physical silver now. So that might actually push the demand down for silver. Plus, a lot of countries right now are not getting oil, so that's going to slow production down as well for other things that use silver, such as solar panels, right? Because they can't get oil to produce these things like EVs. They can't produce solar panels. They can't produce these servers that use silver. They can't produce certain weapons, maybe even some maybe the demand is a lot less than we think it is right now, and maybe that's why we're actually seeing a slowdown or a drop in the price of precious metal prices because of what's going on with oil. Who knows? I mean, anything's possible, right? What's going on, OC Omega? Good morning. Happy Friday. Yeah, we have a ton of debt, man. I just think we should do what Canada did. Um, just legalize marijuana and then tax the heck out of it and then just pay off our national debt. You know, that's what they did in Canada, and I think within like a couple months they paid off their national debt completely with the money that they raised. I think that's one partial solution, but I don't know. I'm not a politician, man. I don't have all the answers. I'm just a one man show here. TGIF, baby. TGIF. I'm talking about a different Green New Deal, different type of green. Oh man, yeah, forget that, man. That's like dead. I just want them to settle this whole TSA issue because I'm gonna be traveling in a few weeks, and I don't want to wait online for 5 hours, man. I just don't want to wait online. The crazy part is that when I fly out of New York, it hasn't really been that bad. I remember years ago flying out, it was bad with I don't think you don't have to take off your shoes anymore, but now it's pretty streamlined. It's not that bad anymore here. But I remember like a few years ago when I went to Vegas and I came back in the airport there, the airport waiting was so much longer in Vegas for some reason. It was just terrible there. So, what's going on? No, I'm starting over, Silver, because I basically I'm at work and my project is ending today and I don't really have any work to do. So I said let me just do a little live stream. So I might have to I doubt it, but I might get a if I get a ping or something. If you hear a ping, I might have to like move this whole setup. I basically have this set up on top of two computers right now, so depending on which computer it is, I might have to, move this. But yeah, I'm just hanging out this morning. Um, Basically, start something new on Monday for this project I'm working on, a different work stream. So looking forward to that. But yeah, no, I didn't stay up all night. I I got I got at least a few hours of sleep, so I'm good. Flew to Vegas once from Oregon. It would have taken me the same amount of time if I would have drove. Damn, man, that really sucks. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, man, I had a similar experience when I took the train from here to upstate to Buffalo. What normally is about um, I think it's like a 6 hour train ride turned into a 12 or 13 hour train ride because of there was a track on the fire and it was just so many delays, man. It was really bad. Surprised that they all they did was have a camera, take your picture, and then say welcome home when I got back to the USA. Guess we're in the computer now. Okay. Facial recognition. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I went outside of the US about maybe 10 years ago. I actually imported some stuff when I went to a country. I brought back some things, and there's a form they make you fill out, a customs form, um, put out by FinCEN, which is the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. It's a part of the Treasury Department. I know because I deal with them. I actually report to them sometimes. They make you fill out a customs form. So I purchased some items, and the guy at the TSA guy when I came back was looking them over, and I had them certified to make sure that they were not antiques because you can't export antiques outside of that country. What I got, and so it was like in a foreign language. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know what the hell this is. He's like, welcome back or something, and he just like ripped up that form and just like let me through. I would have had to pay 25% import duties, and the price that was stated on the certificates was much more than I actually paid. So he literally saved me hundreds of dollars in import duties. I was so happy. What's going on, IBG? Welcome in. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, man, I'm telling you, when you go to Europe now, they basically have to take your picture and they have to fingerprint you and stuff. I think it's in the UK. They require like biometric identification now for Americans. I don't think it's for Europeans. I think it's only for Americans. So yeah, the UK has not been the friendliest to us lately. I'm very disappointed with what's going on with the UK right now. Not good, not good. But yeah, man, everything is digitalized now. I'm telling you, it's kind of scary. Using AI facial recognition software. That's probably what they use now. Almost at work. Cool, cool. I'm glad you could join me this morning. Very rare live stream for me this morning. It's the last day on a project I'm on, so I don't really have any work to do. So I said, hey, might as well just do a live stream. Why not? See who comes on. Surprisingly, I'm getting a couple people who I get at like, 1 in the morning. They're on here now. I didn't expect that, but that's pretty cool. I'm happy to see you, IBG, Transient, Omega, OC, Omega. Mr. and Mrs. West Texas, Jerry, everyone on here, Silver Serpent. Thank you all. I'll stay on here. I just want to thank everyone. They did that in the Philippines when I listed the engagement ring. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think they really care unless I mean, it really depends, you know. Um, I think if you actually try to hide it, I think that's when they have a problem with it. Avocado, man, what's going on, brother? I didn't expect you to be on here either. Good morning. Buenos dias. You should go live this time, all the time. I can't, man. I don't have any work this time. Like, I don't have any work. I literally do not have any work. They literally told the team outside of the US to not come in today, but we have to be in here today for whatever reason. You know, I can't. I could have taken off. I don't want to use up my time off. So, I mean, it's like I just basically have to turn on my computer and I'm here, right? In case they ping me for something, which I doubt. So it's pretty much like downtime I have, and they're completely cool with that. If I don't do anything today, they're completely cool with it. So I get paid to do nothing today. So it's very, it's a very rare situation, but yeah, I have downtime. So if I have some downtime next week, which I might also, I'll definitely be on here earlier, but probably not around this time. This is a very rare occurrence for me to be streaming this in the morning. So what do you guys got planned for this weekend, Avocado? Mr. and Mrs. West Texas, are you guys going to be streaming on Sunday? I've been sleeping. I haven't been able to see you guys on the weekend. I got my chiropractor this weekend, so it's gonna force me to get up a little earlier. So maybe I'll catch you guys this Sunday if you guys do a live stream. I'm so happy you were able to get 100 subscribers, Avocado, man. Congratulations. You'll be cooking something. All right, cool. Can't wait. I'm gonna try to make it this weekend. You got a bad back? Yeah, I do have a bad back. Uh, it's actually related to it's actually related to coin roll hunting. I messed up my back. So it's my own fault. Had a little accident a few years ago, fell off my bike and hurt my back and a few other parts of my body. So um, I go to a chiropractor mostly for maintenance now. I go every couple weeks for maintenance. I could maybe even narrow it down a little bit, you know, less than that now. But I used to go a few times a week. Now my back it hasn't really bothered me in a while. So thank goodness, you know, I'm very blessed. I'm fortunate. I have an amazing chiropractor who has been practicing for over 40 years, and he really knows what he's doing. So um, yeah, I can't really complain. Yeah, I got up about an hour ago too, OC. I literally get out of my bed and walk about 10 feet over to my computer to go to work. What's going on, Mr. Happy Stacker? You're on here again? Damn, man. It's like I'm seeing everyone from last night on here over again. What's going on, Bam the Trader? Welcome in. You have to sit up straight while driving now. I can't do the gangster lean. Yeah, I hear you. You definitely have to have something comfy when you're in that cab driving for like, you know, whatever, at least 8, 10, 12 hours, you know, at a time. You really have to be comfortable. I'm sure you got some padding or some type of special cushion thing in your cab that that you use when you drive for long distances. Yeah, I have a little bit of that as well. Um, Same thing in my knee, man. Same thing in my knee. I messed up my knee a couple times, but when I fell the last time, it also made it worse. I had an accident a little bit too. I fell off my bike before as well, and it messed up my knee. So I've been getting in the last couple months, I've been getting some adjustments on my knee as well, and it's actually been helping me a little bit now too. So, um, yeah, I'm trying to follow some exercises I see on YouTube. There's a guy who he's I don't know if he's a doctor, or I think he's a doctor, and he showed some exercises to do to kind of strengthen the knee. So I'm gonna try to go with that route and chiropractor, but eventually if it gets that bad, I might have to consider surgery. So it's not that bad yet. It's nowhere near that bad yet. So hopefully it doesn't get worse. What's going on, Kalilo? What's going on, Paw Paw? What's a crab raid? Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Wow. Holy shnikes. Whoa, what's going on, man? Wow. Look at all these people in here. Wow. This is amazing. Wow. Thank you all so much, guys. Wow. I am impressed. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. We got to do a giveaway. All right. Wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. Oh my God. Welcome in, everybody. I can't believe so many people are in here. Wow. Thank you all so much. This is amazing. I've never had this many people. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Kalilo, man. What's going on? Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone in. This is amazing. I see a lot of people I've seen in chats before on other people's channels. International Stacker, thank you so much, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're amazing. Thank you. Wow. This is amazing. I can't believe this. I'm getting almost 100 people on here. This is amazing. Wow. Yes, I see that. Thank you. Thank you so much, International Stacker. Thank you so much, brother. You're an amazing person. Wow. I don't know what I did to deserve this. All right, guys. We got all these people in here. Let's do a giveaway, guys. How about that? Let's do a nice little giveaway here. Man, I gotta this is amazing. Wow. I don't know what to say. I was not prepared for this at all. Oh man, I'm just trying to find something to give away right now. Yeah, Rolex. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, Kalilo. No, not this time. Oh man. Thank you all so much. Yes, thank you. Thank you. This is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate everyone stopping in. This is awesome. How you guys doing? How's everyone doing today? Thank you all so much. This is amazing. This just made my week. Thank you so much, International Stacker. You're an amazing person, brother. I want to do a giveaway here, guys. All right. We're going to do a little giveaway today, all right? So, let me just make this light here, man. See if we can get some better lighting going on here. All right. There we go. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate this. I love this community. This is the best community on YouTube, guys. Who agrees with me? Who in here agrees with me, guys? I wish I had something more substantial to give away right now. Let's see what we got here. You know what, guys? I'm doing it. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Let's give away an ounce of silver, guys. How about that? People like silver. What do you guys like? You guys like Maple Leaf, Britannia? What else we got here? I'm just doing one. Philharmonic. Maybe I should create a poll. 1 ounce of silver, guys. Let's do this. 1 ounce of silver. Let the winner choose. That's a good idea. I think I'm gonna do that. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys a good one too. I got some milky maple leaves, milky Britannias, but I'm gonna give you guys, whoever wins it, I'm gonna give you guys a good one. Okay. Might be a little impaired, but I'm gonna try not to make it milky. All right, here we go. Let's see. 1 ounce Britannia, 1 ounce maple, and we got a 1 ounce Philharmonic. How about that? How about we do that? All right. This is kind of milky. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get one that's not too milky or not milky at all. I'm trying to get a good one, but unfortunately, I bought this silver and it's a little bit milky. So if it is, I apologize. All right, guys, we're gonna make this nice and simple. There's a ton of people in here, so I hope this is gonna work because I like to keep things simple on my channel. And I definitely want to do a giveaway now. I really appreciate everyone being in here. You like milk? Got milk? This is just amazing. I'm usually not up at this time doing live streams. I don't know where you guys are. I'm actually based in New York City, and I normally do not do live streams this early. In fact, I do live streams kind of late. So there's a lot of people in this room right now, and we're going to do a GAW. And I'm sure once the GAW is over, that a lot of you are going to drop, which is okay. I don't mind. I really appreciate everyone coming in here. We're gonna do a giveaway, and we're gonna just basically pick a number from probably 1 to 100. We're gonna keep this nice and simple, guys. I basically wrote down the number here. When I say go, you guys will guess a number as many times as you want. We're gonna pick a number from 1 to 100, and whoever gets it is gonna get their choice of a 1 ounce silver coin. We have a choice of a Philharmonic, a Britannia, or a Maple Leaf. I'm going to try to pick one that's not milky. I know this is kind of milky here. So guys, I haven't started it yet. Guys. None of these count right now. I did not say go yet. Could someone please put a stop sign? Could someone please put a stop sign right now? I did not start it yet. Okay. So we're gonna get this going now. Okay, guys. When I count down, right? 3, 2, 1, go, guys. Start guessing a number from 1 to 100. You could guess as many times as you want. I don't know if I could keep up. I hope I could keep up, guys. I'm on my phone right now. I don't have my laptop out. So I'm just waiting for someone to pick the number. If I see it, I might have to go back. It might take me a while. So I haven't seen it yet. It's possible someone guessed it, but I don't think I've seen it yet. Just keep guessing, guys, until I see it. I might have to go back and look at hundreds of numbers of people typing in. So my eyesight is, it's okay, but 1 through 100, guys, 1 through 100. I don't think anyone has gotten it yet, but I'm not 100% sure. The numbers are just flying by, so it could be that I didn't see it yet, but or I could have missed it. I saw someone came really close. Wait, I'm just gonna scroll back, guys. There's so many numbers. I don't you might just want to stop for a minute. I literally have to go through like hundreds of numbers right now. I just don't see it yet though. I'm going through the numbers. You guys can keep going, but I'm just looking through the numbers right now to see if I see anyone who got it. I just want to be fair to everybody. Um, I'm doing this on my phone, guys, so please bear with me. I'm literally scrolling through numbers that everyone has typed in so far, and I'm not. I'm still not seeing it. Wow, that's crazy. Um, wow. I picked a really good number, I guess. I thought someone would get it by now. Let's see. I'm literally scrolling through. I don't know how far back I am right now. This is crazy. I literally do not see this number. Maybe I should give a hint even. That's okay. You guys can keep going. I I don't see it. I'm literally scrolling through all these numbers, guys, and I still do not see it. It's crazy. Oh my God. I don't know how far back I am. I know this is crazy, right? I'm all right, stop it. I actually see it here, and I'm gonna take a screenshot on my phone just to prove it. So I'm seeing the first person, Mr. Kento. You put down this number. At least you're the first person I see it. The number 76. So I think you were the first person to say 76. I'm gonna have to go back, but as far as I could tell right now, I think you are the winner. So congratulations, Mr. Kento. If you wanna send me your contact information, stackthatgold@gmail.com. You can check it out. And yeah, oh, there you are. Thank you so much. Let me know which one you want. You want a maple. I'll get you a better Britannia if you want as well. I have quite a few of them here. I'm trying to look for one that's not milky, but there might be some milk on it. So here you go. Here's a maple Britannia, or I got a Philharmonic. Let me know which one you want. You could email me which one you want. You don't have to tell me right now. But congratulations, you won 1 ounce of silver. I'm more than happy to give away an ounce of silver, especially after what International Stacker did. I really appreciate that. It's really going to help my channel get monetized. And I've been on here, guys, for almost 5 years already, and this is like the first time I've ever gotten a raid this big. So there you go, International. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah. Wow. 1,000 people. Wow. That is crazy, man. Wow. I did not know that. I'm gonna have to do that right now, I think. That is amazing. Wow. I'm glad I don't have 1,000 people in here, International Stacker, because if I did, I don't think I'd be able to keep up. It already took me a few minutes to scroll through all those messages to see who won the giveaway. So, um, I thank you so much, brother. You are so amazing. I know you've met up with some people in the community like Fish and Emerald Coast Stacker. So I've heard nothing but good things about you, man. So thank you so much, man. You are an amazing person. I really do appreciate that. And of course, there's some people who dropped already, which is to be expected. Um, but I can't thank you enough, man. I'm definitely gonna do what you tell me to do right now, for future reference. I think it would have been crazy if I had 1,000 people in this room. Um, but yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for coming in here. I'm gonna keep streaming. Normally I stream. Um, I had been streaming at like 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Normally is when I normally stream, but this is like the last day I'm gonna be on a project for my job, and I decided to go live because I really don't have any work to do. So yeah, I do all sorts of I've been doing this almost 5 years already. I've had my channel. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm mainly focused on gold. As my name clearly implies. Yeah, I do. I stack a little bit of everything. I stack silver, gold, platinum. I even had palladium. So a little bit of everything. Mostly gold and vintage silver. I love vintage silver. It's my favorite type of silver. Um, Definitely gonna go to my dashboard right now and try to change the settings. So for future reference, I really appreciate that. Um, let's see, community moderation. I don't know where that is. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do that another time. I really appreciate that. So yeah, guys. So what's going on with everyone this weekend? Anyone got any plans? Anyone been buying any precious metals? No, I don't have rhodium, unfortunately. That's something that I might decide to get. I think it's good to diversify your precious metal stack. I think it's always good to get a little bit of everything. If you could afford it, buy what you could afford when you could afford it. That's what I always like to say. I'm very blessed and fortunate to be able to stack gold. I know it's not for everybody, and I know everyone has a certain budget, and it's good to, like I said, to have a little bit of everything. Even if it's, even right now with the high prices, relatively high prices, because I've been stacking for, 6 years already. And when I first started, silver was $18 an ounce, guys. So my first foray into precious metals, I basically traded three pre-1933 gold coins for a watch, and that's kind of how I got into precious metals. I had always been interested in collecting coins when I was a little kid, so that kind of got me back into the whole metals game. And basically, I saw when the pandemic hit in 2020, I decided to buy two 100-ounce Scottsdale stackers in March of 2020. I had a feeling the price of precious metals were going to go up because I knew back in 2008 and around 2012 the price of precious metals went up. I am in business. I studied finance, so I had a feeling the price of precious metals would go up. So I purchased two Scottsdale stackers at about $18 an ounce, and yeah, that's how I started getting into stacking again. What is my favorite mint and vintage? It's hard to tell. For domestic coins, I love pre-33 gold. As you guys can see, my logo is $10 Indian. That is my favorite gold coin. I love uh, the history for pre-33 gold. Augustus St. Gaudens, he was tasked by President Roosevelt to redesign our currency, and unfortunately, he passed away before he was able to redesign the rest of our gold coins. So he redesigned the double eagle, the Augustus St. Gaudens double eagle, and he also redesigned the $10 Indian. A lot of people don't know that. So I think it's just one of the most beautiful coins that has ever come out by the U.S. Mint. And yeah, so overall, for pre-33 gold, I'd have to say I love pre-33 gold the most overall. But for a very close second place, I love the Mexican Mint. I just think their coins are absolutely beautiful. I love Mexican gold. I'm very fortunate and blessed. I was able to get this pre-33, I'm sorry, Mexican Centenario. So I actually have two of these. I have a restrike from 1947, which is a restrike year they make up until the present day. And I got this, the 1943 was actually the lowest mintage year of the 50 pesos or the Centenario. And it's just in an amazingly beautiful condition. Very blessed and fortunate to have gotten this a few months ago. And normally here it would say 50 pesos, but in 1943, the value of the gold was actually worth more than 50 pesos. So they did not put the denomination on the coin that year. What's going on, Littlefoot? Good to see you. Welcome in. I'm just scrolling through all these comments. I have so many comments here. Um, I would have had over 1,000 people in here if I had enabled it on my settings, but I'm really glad. Mr. Kento's trying to ask you a question. I'm sorry. There's so many. Oh, okay. How do you prove it's you when you email me? That's a good question. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people, right? I don't know if you have your email address on your channel. If you want to, I don't know if you want to show it on your channel or not. But that's a good question. I haven't thought that far yet. I normally don't have this many people on my channel, so just reach out to me, and if you feel comfortable enough to share it on your channel, like just briefly share your email address on your channel at a certain time. You could list the day and time you're going to list your email address on your channel. The description, you could change it just to show me for like a second, and I'll look at it, and that's how I could verify that it's you. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how to verify that it's you. So I'll have to figure this out because I've never been put in this situation before. Yeah, my pleasure, Dr. Sophia Liu. I appreciate that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that I appreciate that, Aaron. Thank you so much because I've never been I've never been in this situation before, so I appreciate any help I could get. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Cranky man? Welcome in. I just had a raid by an amazing person, Mr. International Stacker. I can't say enough good things about him. Well, yeah. I mean, you and 100 other people, right? So, I'm gonna get a confirmation, Mr. Kento, and I'll let you know from there. Okay, I'll reach out to you, or there's a way of doing it apparently. So I'll find out. We'll get it settled up. We'll get it settled with you, man. Don't worry. I'm definitely gonna send it out to you. What's going on, North Star? Do you like stacking pre-33 gold because it's rare and unusual value more than bullion? Um, I That's a good question. Certain pre-33 gold tends to do, it could command a higher premium. It could have more of a numismatic premium to it. I just fell in love with pre-33 gold because if you check my first two videos, my those were my first gold coins that I got. So that's why pre-33 gold, has a special place for me. The person who I actually got the gold coins from, believe it or not, it was an older gentleman in his, I want to say he was around 90 years old. And his father actually worked in a bank in the Chicago area. And he actually saved some of the gold coins that I got from him. He was a teller years ago at the turn of the century, and so he actually got those from circulation, those gold coins from circulation, which is an amazing story in and of itself, right? So that's kind of what got me into pre-33 gold initially. I just love the history of pre-33 gold, just to think who held the coin. You had to be fairly wealthy back then to have gold to carry it around. So, yeah, I guess that's to answer your question a little bit. That's pretty much why I like pre-33 gold. It's not really because of, I've done quite well with pre-33 gold. I have dealers who I buy pre-33 gold from, and I've gotten, I've made, value wise, it's appreciated probably the most out of all my gold that I have. So I really like pre-33 gold in general. Do I stack gold backs? No, I do not stack gold backs. A few years ago, when they weren't as much money, I actually purchased 100 gold backs and I gave away 99 of them to members in the community. I like them for their artistic value. I think they're really beautiful gold backs. But as far as stacking them, I hate to say it, but I'm not a huge fan. I personally would not stack gold backs. I think it's kind of a little bit of a fad right now. It's kind of like a Tamagotchi or a pet rock or something like that. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to put down gold backs. I think they're beautiful pieces of art. Don't get me wrong, but if you're paying basically double the spot price for gold, you shouldn't really be buying gold backs for its gold content. You should, if you really want to, if you really want to add gold to your stack, you should probably try to save up, even if it's just a 1/20th ounce gold coin. A 2 peso Mexican gold coin, even something like that, is probably much more cost effective in the long run, because you're paying such a high premium for the gold back. You're paying double the value of gold right now. You're paying basically like $9,000 an ounce if you convert it, the price you're paying for a gold back into spot price. So I don't think it's practical to stack gold backs for that reason if you're a stacker, but for its artistic value, I definitely love gold backs. They're very beautiful, and I have several gold backs myself. Have you seen the 10-ounce silver commemorative National Parks Foundation based on the 1933 Double Eagle 999 minted in 2021? I have not actually seen that. I would love to see that coin. You're from Cheetown. Oh, okay. Cool. That's awesome. Do you think there could be another confiscation in our future? I don't think there's going to be another confiscation, and let me tell you why. Back in 1933, probably 95% of Americans had some form of gold, whether it was pre-33 gold or gold jewelry. Today, those numbers are reversed. Today, only about five, even less than 5% of Americans have some form of gold. So, for the government to confiscate gold from such a small amount of people, I think it would be kind of impractical. I think I don't think the government would essentially need our gold. There's been a lot of speculation right now about Fort Knox. I know a few months ago they're talking about auditing Fort Knox, right? And then that whole thing kind of died down. Do I think that there's gold in Fort Knox? I do think there's gold in Fort Knox because in 1933 they essentially melted down, most of the pre-33 gold. A lot of it was actually sent to vaults in Europe. That's how we have a lot of the pre-33 gold that we have today. A lot of it actually came from Europe. But in the Gold Confiscation Act, you were actually allowed to keep up to $100 worth of gold. So some people actually hid the gold, kept it. Um, but yeah, I don't see that happening today. I think it's highly impractical that the government would want to confiscate people's gold today, when such a small amount of people actually still own gold. So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But anything is possible, right? Anything is possible. Oh, okay, Serpent, cool. What's going on, James, man? We had a raid in here from International Stacker. He said I would have had over 1,000 people had I enabled something on YouTube. So I'm really happy I didn't have 1,000 people. I wouldn't I just gave away an ounce of silver, man. So I'm sorry if you missed it, if you weren't in here. Yeah, Cranky, are you having an auction for Marty the Wonder Dog? I'm curious, because I'll definitely give you a shout out if you want. There's still about 40 people left in here. I see people are slowly peeling away, and that's cool. It's all good. You heard the U.S. stores most of its gold medals in missile silos. I don't. I have never heard that before. North Star. Um, I'm pretty sure that most we have a lot of gold in Fort Knox. A lot of people would disagree with me, and that's completely, it's open to interpretation because we haven't had an audit of Fort Knox since the 70s. So there could be nothing in there for all I know, right? I could be completely wrong. What is that in the middle? So this coin in the middle is this is a restrike from the Austro-Hung. This was basically from Hungary. So it basically says Magyar, which is Hungary, and this is the 100 krona. So Hungary was part of obviously the Austro-Hungarian Empire around this time, and this coin was made for only 2 years. I believe it was from 1907 to 1908, and it was a very low mintage. Um, I want to say it's something like 14,500 were minted per year. I could be completely wrong. But this is actually a restrike from the 1970s. So this is not an original coin. But yeah, this is Franz Joseph the First, and yeah, he was the emperor of the Austro-Hungarian Empire at the time. So it's just this is the coat of arms of Hungary, and they actually made these in 10 krona and 20 krona, I believe, and obviously 100 krona. So I actually did get this at spot price before. I actually purchased this from Bullion Exchange when they had this at spot. So just a beautiful gold coin. I thought I wanted to have it in my stack. Yeah, it is. Mr. Yoda, Chef Yoda. Did you get the limited edition 250 year of our country under Washington? I'm hoping to get some of the new coins, the half dollars and the dimes that they came out with that celebrates the 250th anniversary of the U.S. I think they're really beautiful designs. I've seen them. My bank hasn't gotten any in yet, so maybe later this year I'll get some of those coins. What's going on, Rural? Glad to see you. Welcome in. We had a ton of people in here. International Stacker rated my channel, And yeah, do I wear gold? I personally do not wear gold because I don't know. I mean, I'm just not a person who likes to wear too much jewelry in general. The only gold that I will wear pretty much is my gold watch. If I wear a Rolex or something, a watch that has gold in it, that's pretty much the only gold that I wear. I'm not too flashy of a person in general. I try to stay humble, and I try to stay, that's just who I am. Just a very blessed person. Um, I did not grow up rich. I, worked hard to be where I am, and what I have. I'm very blessed, and I don't take that for granted. So I try to give back when I can. I just did a giveaway. Gave away 1 ounce of silver. So I'm trying to be very. I try to give back as much as I can, especially to this community, because people in this community are really great, really amazing people in this community. Lauren Alexandria, welcome in. You're new to stacking. I haven't purchased any gold yet, but your birthday is next month. Congratulations. James, man, come on. Yeah, definitely. Lauren, I'm sorry. Now is a great time because the spot price of gold has actually dropped by about $1,000 an ounce in the last few weeks. So if you're thinking about getting gold, I mean, if you could afford something, I don't know what your budget is, but if you don't want to spend too much, if you have somewhere in the neighborhood of $500, then I'd suggest you get a 1/10 ounce gold coin. I don't know what you would like, but there's tons of options out there right now. There's so many things you could get from different countries, different mints. There's coins that are 91.7% gold, like the American Gold Eagle, and then there's other coins that are 4/9 fine gold, 100 almost 100% gold, pretty much, like the Maple Leaf or Kookaburra even. So there's tons of options out there. You might want to do a little research. I always say to do your due diligence, do your research before you buy something. Know what they're going for, what the market is selling them for. So you have some type of idea of what you should be paying for it before you buy it. Yeah, I love Mexican gold. What's my name? I don't give out my real name. You could call me STG or Stack That Gold. That's the name I give out here. Yeah, I love Mexican gold. Yeah, YouTube is definitely a wealth of information. If you're thinking about buying a certain type of gold, like for instance, let's say, you could type in gold Krugerrand on YouTube. You could get information about Krugerrands. Pretty much any coin you could think of, there's going to be someone who's done a video on it and provided information on that type of coin. Yeah. I'm just trying to scroll through some comments in case I miss any, because there's so many people who came in. It's a little bit more manageable now that there's 38 people. Even if I had 1,000 people in here, I don't know what I would do. I'd just probably I'm used to stressful situations, right? But 1,000 people coming in my room at one time, that's a little bit too much, even for me. Yeah, thank you, Spiky Mikey. Yeah, there's plenty of places to purchase precious metals at some really great prices. I've found that peer to peer buying from other people in the community is probably, for me at least, it's been the most cost effective way for me to buy precious metals. I'm on some forum where I'm able to often get gold close to spot or sometimes even under spot. I know PMs for Sale on Reddit is a good place, is a very trusted place that people in the community buy precious metals from. There's tons of websites and dealers out there. I don't really want to throw out any names, but I mean, I personally buy from bullion exchanges. I'm in New York City, and they actually have a physical location here. And I tend to mostly go to their physical location to actually pick up whatever I purchase. I've gotten these two from bullion exchanges. I think they're very reputable, very good dealer, very transparent. They have really competitive pricing. He started collecting gold jewelry since 2022. It's been a good investment. Um, hey, what's going on? Is Muscle Show in here? Hey, what's going on, Muscle Show? Um, for me, I don't consider gold necessarily an investment. I consider it a hedge against inflation. So basically, for me personally, what the reason why I stack precious metals is for my retirement, because I want something that's going to keep up with inflation. If I just put my money in a 401k or I put my money in something else, yes, the price of stocks go up. The price of housing goes up if I purchase real estate, but it doesn't necessarily keep up with inflation. If you look at the past, let's say 20 or 30 years, the best performing asset has been gold, and more recently in the last year or so, silver. So it's outperformed the S&P 500. You could look that up. It's definitely outperformed Bitcoin last year. Silver has. So you could it's really, I guess you can consider it an investment to some extent, right? But I personally like to think of it as a hedge against inflation. And that's basically what I'm stacking precious metals for my retirement. All right, Craig, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. What do you think of King Fook Hong Kong One Tail Gold Bar? I a little bit outside of my realm. I am in New York City, and I do have a dealer in Chinatown who I go to. So I know he caters a lot to the Asian market, and a lot of times in the Asian market, they prefer 4/9 fine gold. There's a lot of countries that where you import gold that there's no tax on it if it's 4/9 fine. Usually, if it's, let's say, like an American Gold Eagle, that's only 91.7% gold overall. They give you the full, if you get an ounce, it's a full ounce of gold, but it's the composition's only 91.7% gold. It usually incurs some type of import duty. So it really depends on a lot of factors. What you want to do with it in the future, if you want to pass it down to your family members or friends, or if you want to use it for your retirement. Either way, if you're buying it, it doesn't really matter what you're buying. I think you're ahead of 99% of people in the world if you're adding precious metals to your investments or to your hedge against inflation. I think it's a win-win situation either way. So I don't really know too much about that that market. I could ask my dealer. He's actually from Hong Kong, so he actually might know a little bit more about that market, but I'm sorry, I can't really help you too much with that. With what is coming, forget using it for your retirement. It is security buying power when the monetary system collapses. You might be right, RA, because if you look at history, right, initially in the Roman Empire, they used the denarius, right, and initially the denarius was like 97, I think it's something like 97% silver. I think that's the finest purity that they could get it at the time. And over time, they started adding less and less silver to the denarius, where eventually it was replaced by something that had like maybe 5% silver in it. So yeah, the same thing right now. Basically, history is repeating itself. If you look at the purchasing power of the dollar in 1933 compared to what it is now, the purchasing power of the dollar has only gone down over the last almost 100 years. Um, so yeah, it could very well happen. Event we went from using precious metals to using paper to using ACHs, credit cards, and now it's pretty much you're using crypto, which is just like thin air. So, um, you know, it's gotten less and less over time. The value of our money, and it basically happens to all. If you look at history, it happens to all great nations that the value of their money just basically goes to zero. So we're kind of long overdue for like a global reset, at least. Well, probably at least in this country. I can't speak necessarily globally, but at least in this country, we're definitely due for like a reset. I think of our money. You love your gold jewelry, but it sucks you can't be wearing it anytime I want to. Dangerous being outside. Yeah, that's another consideration. Sometimes when I do wear this, I tend to wear it in the winter time when I could wear a jacket over it, as to not expose it necessarily. In certain environments, when I'm inside in certain areas, I don't mind displaying it. But yeah, in general, I tend not to wear gold or even silver jewelry. But yeah, it's become kind of hard now, especially if you live in a city. There's all these you hear about all these stories of people swiping, these luxury watches. People are eating outside in a restaurant, and someone just like swipes someone's like luxury watch. It's very scary. It's a very scary situation these days. Forget crypto. If they shut down the system, crypto disappears. Yeah, I'm not. I invested in crypto. I tell this story all the time. So back in 2012, I went to school with someone who does a lot of stock trading, and back in 2012, my friend was telling me to buy some Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin was $8 per Bitcoin. Just spend $100. Just spend $100 on Bitcoin, right? I would have gotten what, like almost 10 Bitcoin. I would have gotten 12 Bitcoin, right, for $96 or something like that, right? And did I listen? No. A few years later, I meet up with him. He's a crypto multimillionaire, and I should have listened to him. But yeah, I did invest in crypto, but I got out of crypto about 10 years ago. I did invest quite early in crypto, and I made a little bit of money. I didn't make that much money, but I did make a little bit of money, and I got out of crypto. Probably should have kept a little bit in, but yeah, I personally don't invest in crypto. I personally think it's a pump and dump. I don't trust crypto, and I never have for the past 10 years. I haven't actually trusted it longer than that, but I knew that there was some upside potential for me to make money, and I made money, and I got out. So I didn't lose money putting money into crypto. But yeah, I personally think it's a pump and dump crypto. I don't invest in it. But to each their own. Everyone has their own views on crypto and where they think it's going to be, and that's fine. I don't hate people for investing in crypto. Everyone's entitled to do whatever they want with their money. But you can kind of see evidence right now with the price of Bitcoin, where it's at now compared to where it was at about a year ago. You got a very nice fossil watch, new in box at a pawn shop. Saved 150, and it gets yoinked, I'll be mad, but only out about 50. That's great, Rudy. I love watches. I love all different types. I have not just luxury watches. I used to buy a lot of pocket watches. You know, I have very few luxury watches. I'm not, I don't have that type of money. But I did buy a lot of watches that were, relatively inexpensive. And I kind of wish I had invested in precious metals instead of watches, because the price of watches really have not gone up too much, if at all. So yeah, now I have the problem of trying to sell sell these watches. But yeah, I like watches. I used to be big into watches. Yeah, it might be a scam, but you have some just in case, and that's fine. Like, I say diversify whatever you have, whatever you want to put your money in, whether it's precious metals, whether it's crypto, real estate, something else completely different. That's fine. It's always good to diversify. It's always good, because you never know, what's going to go up in value a lot. That I think silver was going to go from about $30 an ounce to $120 an ounce in like a year. I never expected silver to go that high. I sold 350 ounces of silver last year. I sold 200 ounces at about $39 an ounce, because I purchased it at $18 an ounce. So with the proceeds I took, and I basically put it back into gold. I purchased a 50 pesos gold coin, and I purchased a few other gold coins with that money. So I basically reinvested it into precious metals. I never thought that the price of silver would go past $50 an ounce last year. I didn't believe it would. So, anything is possible. In a week or two from now, the price of Bitcoin could go back up to $130,000 a Bitcoin. Anything is possible. So it's good to have your money in a little bit of everything, because you never really know, what's going to go up or what's going to go down in the long run. What's going on, Catcom? Good to see you. Welcome in. We had about 100 people in this room before. Um, we had international stacker come in. He said I would have had over 1,000 people in this room had I enabled something on my my settings. But I'm kind of glad I didn't have over 100 people in this room. I'm really glad I was able to do a giveaway. And I was glad I was able to keep it at 100 people, because I wouldn't like scrolling through all. It took me a few minutes to scroll through all of them to see who actually. We played guess a number 1 through 100. It took me a while to see who actually won it. So, 1,000 people, it would have been too many people, too much, too much. It's already 10:40 here. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in New York City. Go big or go home. What's going on, J Dub? All right, cool. I appreciate that, Mr. West Texas. Any help I could get, man, because it was just overwhelming having that many people in my room at one time. I've never had more than like 30 people on my live stream before, so that'll be amazing. I'm definitely gonna have to check my email after this live stream. I'm sorry. Yeah, man. Yeah, it would have been over 1,000 people in my chat. Maybe International Stacker will do a raid on my channel again. That'd be amazing. And I feel so bad because I've watched a few of his videos before. I remember him doing a video with Fish. He met up with Fish before at a coin show, Emerald Coast Stacker. I don't really watch International Stacker so much, I'll be honest, and now I'm gonna have to definitely watch him a lot more. I really appreciate him. He's such an amazing person. Wow, I just love this community. Yeah, so anyone got any plans for this weekend? Anyone planning on buying any precious metals soon? Buying, selling, trading? I actually recently purchased over 40 ounces of silver. I'm hoping to be getting that in the next week or two. So I'm really looking forward to that. I purchased a 1 ounce gold coin. I don't want to say what it is. I'm hoping to make a video for that pretty soon. It's just a beautiful gold coin. I had to take advantage of the dip. And I just recently, a couple days ago, purchased a vintage silver bar. I love vintage silver. If any one of those of you who are into vintage silver, I've done multiple videos in the past. You guys can filter my videos. I think it's my third or fourth highest viewed video was my complete vintage silver stack about a couple years ago. My vintage stack has probably more than doubled since that time, but I just love vintage silver. It's definitely my favorite silver. Let's see here. You want to buy, but putting most of your extra into 240 SX8 at the moment. Is that a car, I'm guessing, or something? You just got a half an ounce gold and 5 ounce ASC. That is awesome, Mr. I'm sorry. Is that, I'm guessing, Mr. Chef Yoda? That's awesome, man. Congratulations. International Stacker goes live 2 times a day, in the morning and in the afternoon. Oh, okay. That's good to know, David. I'm definitely gonna have to check him out maybe tonight if I'm free. Had to buy on the dip. Yeah, you got to take advantage of it while you can, right? Oh, Mrs. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mrs. I'm really sorry about that. If it wasn't for these stupid bills, currently trying to find some silver or I guess Great Britain money in your budget. What is that? GB money? Oh, gold back money. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Mandy? I know. Welcome in. We had International Stacker come in. He did a raid on my channel. I had 100 people in here. He said I would have had over 1,000 people if I had something enabled on my channel. But yeah, S13 for life. I don't know. Can someone explain what that means? I don't know. Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. I need to change the settings to enable it where I could have more than 100 people. Oh, hatchback or coupe. I don't know. Surprisingly, I don't drive. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not into cars. I live in New York City and only 40% of people here have a car, so I like cars. I love cars. When I was little, I used to love cars. My grandma always would say, "Oh, I don't know how you knew." You would point to a car and you would know which model it was. So I used to love cars when I was young, very young. Yeah, enable redirects. Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to do that once I get off my live stream. People keep telling me that, so I'm definitely gonna do that. One day you'd like to experience New York City. Yeah, man. People, back in the 80s and early 90s, there was a lot of crime here. I'm born and raised in New York City. So back in those times, there was a lot of crime. But New York City is actually the safest big city in America. And, I don't currently like the politics. I try not to talk about politics on my channel, but I currently don't like, the political situation going on here. But as far as being safe, it's a beautiful city. It's relatively clean here. Um, People are often amazed, when they come here. It's not what they had expected. It's not really what you see in the movies necessarily. I'd say if you have the opportunity, come here. The big tourist season usually is around the summertime beautiful weather. If you want to come here during a very inexpensive time, if you want to stay at a four-star hotel for a very reasonable price, come here after New Year's. People come here for New Year's and then they leave. They don't stay here. So January, it could be very cold during that time, but there's some really amazing rates for, four-star hotels. Be surprised at the prices they charge for four-star hotels in January here. You're a hatchback man personally, but you can't go wrong with an S chassis. I used to like watching Counting Cars with Counts Customs. That's an awesome show, and I'm actually going to Vegas in a few weeks, so I'm probably gonna stop by there and see Danny, see what cars he has on display. I know usually when I go there, I see his wife, Danny Coker, and I've seen Horny Mike before. I've met up with Horny Mike. He was there. Those of you who know, that's his name on the TV show. So it's not because he loves putting horns on cars and stuff. So yeah, it was really cool to see some people from TV there. You got a tattoo back in the day and snuck a tiny 240 in it, and my artist thought it was a 420 reference. That's funny. Your first silver coin was from Pawn Stars in Vegas, slabbed Morgan from Old Man's Hoard. I remember seeing that, Kalilo. I know exactly. He had 500 of those made up, and I think he had them graded by NGC or something. They slabbed it for him. I've seen those in the pawn shop before. Yeah, I remember when they came out with those. I used to go to Vegas all the time. I used to love going to Vegas before COVID, but I haven't been to Vegas in about 3 or 4 years. So I'm really excited and looking forward to going back. Yeah, it says in the old man we trust, right, Kalilo? See, I remember that. In the old man we trust. I definitely remember that round. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I recently purchased this. This is the 2026 Kookaburra. So I'm very fortunate to have gotten all the Kookaburras from 1990 until present. Before the price of silver went crazy, I was able to get most of them relatively cheap. You've always wanted to stay at the Waldorf Astoria. Yeah, that's a beautiful hotel. I've 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 been at the Waldorf Astoria for parties before, but yeah, haven't stood there before. Reminds me of Coming to America. They actually filmed it, some of the scenes not too far from where I live actually. Because I'm actually in Queens, so I actually know where they filmed some of those scenes in Coming to America, which is pretty cool. I really like Coming to America. It's one of my favorite movies too. Yep, we got Mandy in here. Got Kalilo, Catcom, Pawn Stars after the old man passed, the family fighting in court. Oh damn, I didn't even know that. Wow, that's terrible, man. I know that they gave Corey like a certain percentage of the business, like 5% or 10%, whatever, but damn, I didn't know they had a whole fight. Yeah, I don't know why it's holding back some people's messages. Like I don't know. Yeah, Las Vegas, not leaving Las Vegas channel saying Vegas is dying. Yeah, it's basically they're overpricing a lot of people. I'm gonna try to add some people as moderators here. So Yeah, it's overpriced. I went to Vegas one time since the pandemic and used to be able to go to a buffet. They used to be like around 40, $45, and I went in like 2022 or 2023, and the price all of a sudden jumped up to like $75. And I think now it's even like 80 or $85, which is it's just obscene, the prices now in Vegas. But you know what? I'm going with a friend of mine. He probably went maybe last year or the year before. I haven't been in about 3 or 4 years, and we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna go to some shows. We're gonna get tickets to some shows, do some gambling. Go a little shopping. Just relax and hang out. Ocean's 11. I love Ocean's 11. I personally prefer the older Ocean's 11 movie. I think it's a classic. But I like the newer ones too. I like both of them. You're going in June. Nice, nice. Let me make you a moderator as well. There's David Carlisi. I've got to make him a moderator too. I'm gonna try to make some of you guys moderators who I've seen in some live streams before. He did run through an insane amount of tires the handful of years he had mine. I know Mr. West Texas is into cars. He is definitely into cars. Maybe he's tired of cars. Dave's not here, man. Open up. It's me, Dave. Dave. Dave's not here, man. Oh, man. Yeah, I love those old Cheech and Chong movies. Those are hilarious. Yeah, so I'm basically pretty much Cheech. Vegas Dune buggy tours is a good time with friends. That's something to consider. I never even considered that. That might be something to do. I might do that. I'm gonna see I'm gonna see I'm gonna see if my friend is down for that. Can I see your license? Isn't that on the back of the car? Yeah, there's all sorts of things you could do in Vegas. You could take a helicopter tour of the Grand Canyon. I heard people doing that. Um, I had a Uber driver. He's like, you want me to take you guys out to Area 51? That guy was crazy. He told me this crazy story when I was in Vegas. Um, so he was ex-military, and he would do some security work on the side, right? So I don't know if I should even be telling you guys this story. I don't know if I should. I don't know if it's even appropriate to be telling you guys on YouTube. I think I'm gonna save it for another time. I don't think I'm gonna tell it because um, you guys might not even believe it. I kind of believe it, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna say it. It's always out of Vegas, but the Valley of Fire is awesome. I have to check that out sometime. I mean, if you wanna hear the story, I'll tell it. It's a sad story, but I guess if you really want to hear it, I'll tell it. So this guy seemed like he had a few screws loose or something, but I honestly think I don't think he was bullshitting me when he told me this story. So this guy was ex-military, and he did security work a little bit. He was basically he was an Uber driver, but he did security work on the side, right? So one day he told me these guys from Saudi Arabia came in with like a huge like cargo plane or something, and he was to provide security for them, some like Saudi royals. So they opened up the cargo plane and they basically drove out an armored car with like hundreds of millions of dollars in cash, right? And so they were staying at, I think, the Bellagio or something, in like the presidential suite or something. And he was doing like security for them. So they would play I don't know what they would play, some poker, or they play whatever, 21. And each round was like $1 million per hand, right? They brought basically like a couple $100 million with them. And so what he said was that they asked for some entertainment. They wanted some, some women, right? Um, so I don't know, what they told these women, or they basically went to their hotel, and basically these Saudi royal people, they went back to Saudi Arabia, and they took some of the women with them. These are American citizens, allegedly. So this guy was telling me, he was a security guard and he witnessed all this. And he's saying that some of the families are still to this day trying to get their daughters back, from these Saudis. So I don't know if any of this is true. This is what he told me. Take it however you want to take it, whether you think it's true or not. But that's the story that he told me. And honestly, nothing surprises me today. These were diplomats. These are diplomatic people. This is part of the royal family there. So I don't make of it what you want, but that's what he told me. You were born and raised in Reno. It's all gone downhill. All things that made Reno a main attraction are gone. The only place left is Circus Circus. Yeah, I love Circus Circus in Vegas. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, they've never heard back from those women. That's what he told me. So you know, why would he make something up like that to tell me? I don't know, but he did security for them. He had, um, they gave him some pew pews to hold. He was trained in that in the military to use. He did security for them, so that's what he told me. Whether it's true or not, that's on you to decide. Um, I've never actually been to Reno. My friend was actually thinking about going to Reno after going to Vegas, but he decided not to. Yeah, it kind of sucks, since the pandemic, all these casinos, and it's just not the same. I know even when I was there in like 2022, 2023, things were already much different. A lot of places, a lot of local businesses that I had gone to prior went out of business, because no one was going. And then the places that did survive, they basically just jacked up their prices, and they didn't lower it again after the pandemic. So yeah, it's not aimed at the mass market. It's not aimed at the average person. It's fortunately Vegas, and I'm guessing the same thing with now. Take care, date up. Just stopping by. Yeah, new Epstein files. This happened before Epstein. Um, this was back in when I went in. I want to say in 2019. He told me this story. So this happened a long time ago. Got to visit Vegas recently, and it didn't feel like the movies make it look. Yeah, I before the pandemic, I'd go to Vegas and, I'd do gambling. I'd have the cocktail waitresses come by, give me alcohol for free. You got to tip them a little bit. Buffet. It wasn't for dinner. You wouldn't pay more than like $40 for a buffet, all you could eat. Now it's like $80 plus. Tons of places that were open. Um, People were more hospitable. I've heard even the hospitality, like some of the dealers when I went last time a few years ago. I was up just a couple $100, and the guy's like, "Are you sure you keep wanting to play? You're already up, And I'm like, I'm only up a couple $100, and you're trying to get me to stop playing because I'm up a couple $100. I'm like, come on, man, it's not even that much money, It's not like I'm up like $1,000 or more. It's just like a couple $100 I'm up, and you're trying to stop me from playing. So it's just not that friendly anymore. It used to be very hospitable. Used to get stuff really cheap. It's just not the same. But I want to go anyway. I want to hang out there with my friend. I want to catch some shows. So hoping to meet up with someone in the community there. Liberty Bleeds Silver. If some of you guys know him, I'm hoping to meet up with him. So I'm waiting to hear back from him if he wants to meet up. So yeah. So yeah, we're down to 22 people who are still here. That's awesome. So anyone doing anything interesting this weekend? I'm planning on just relaxing a little bit. I'm actually going to be doing a live stream with hey, what's going on, SGT? Welcome in. I'm actually going to be doing a live stream this Sunday with the Humble Stacker, Liberty Bleeds Silver, and Cartier. So it's going to be on Humble's channel. It's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If anyone is free and wants to stop by, you're more than welcome to stop in. Got you going while I work. Yeah, the only reason I'm streaming now in the morning is because basically this is my last day on a project I'm on for I'm still with the same company. I'm going to be switching to a different work stream. So I had some time, and in case of you guys who just came in, can you put those YouTube handles in the chat? Yeah, I could get on my laptop. I'm normally on my computer at the same time I'm on my phone streaming, so I could definitely do that real quick for you. LBS did shopping at Costco last night. Yeah, I was on. I saw it. I catched it briefly. Let's see. We got Cartier. We got. I'll put Humble on definitely. But yeah, they tend to do a live stream every Sunday night. Where's Humble at? Oh man, I'm trying to look for their channels right now. If someone could put it in the chat, let's see. I got Humble's here. So let's see. Yeah, the Humble Stacker, he's an amazing person. He's a very chill, laid back, very humble. Um, it's like my battery's about to die on my laptop, so put Humble's URL in the chat. Yeah, it's all good. I don't mind. I don't mind doing it. And then Cartier, you could check out Cartier. You could check out LBS. Did I see you on LBS's channel? You might have been on there, but I'll post his if I could find it before my battery dies. Here we go. Oh, sorry, my battery died. It's all good. Thanks for posting it, SGT. Yeah, he had some problems with his teeth. Unfortunately, he has to have his teeth pulled, and he has a set of dentures now, so he's been getting used to those. Um, but yeah, someone could post LBS's channel in. That'd be good. Yeah, yeah, they are coming in as hyperlink. Normally, you can't do that on lives. I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully you got it at least. Humble's channel, and you can definitely check out his channel Sunday night if you're available at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. Yeah, so we had 100 people in here. I did a 1 ounce silver giveaway. So sorry if anyone missed it. I really hope to do it. I really hope to get monetized. Maybe I would have been monetized if I had 1,000 people in here, if I had enabled it. Um, I could have had enough watch hours by now, but it's all good. I don't mind. I like to stay humble myself. So yeah. Hey, what's going on, Saw? How have you been, man? You're still doing 1/10 ounce a month of gold? I think I saw. Did you put out a short yesterday of your cat, or am I thinking of someone else? How many more watch hours do I need? All right, enough. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Take care. Um, so I've basically been on YouTube for about 4.5 years now. Um, Maybe a little bit longer than that already. And initially I was gonna get monetized. I was there was a point in time where I only needed 150 watch hours. But at this point in time, I probably need closer to about, I want to say 700 watch hours last time I checked before, today. So I don't care either way if I get monetized. I'm very blessed. I don't need the money. I seriously, what I want to do is, if and or when I get monetized, I just want to give away most of, you know, the money I make every month. I want to do giveaways, constantly do giveaways. I'm gonna keep a certain percentage for tax purposes, and everything after taxes, I just want to give away. So I don't need the money. I don't want to get, if I do get monetized, it's not going to benefit me. I just want to give it back to the community. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I've never tried to do videos to try to get monetized. I could do, full silver stack, full gold stack, 1,000 ounces of silver, whatever X amount of gold. I could do all those crazy videos that are gonna get a lot of views, but I don't like to do views. I don't like to do videos just to get views. Um, I basically just show off what I pick up at this point. Sometimes I make some informative videos. I try to provide some information about some stuff that I get that, people might not normally see, especially when it comes to vintage silver. I like to provide a lot of research and information for some, obscure um, bullion companies that made those whatever silver bars or whatever I picked up. But yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Miss Chef Yoda, Mrs. Chef Yoda. I bet if you do live streams where you have guests, you'll get those watch hours in no time. Yeah, absolutely. If I had it enabled, I would have had over 1,000 people in this chat. because International Stacker did a raid on my channel just now, like about an hour ago or so. So yeah, wealth multiplies whether held or spread. Oh, I try to spread the wealth, Rudy. I try to give back and pay it forward. Because this community, I think it's the best community on YouTube. So I love this community. I can't say enough good things about people in this community. Not that I've been a part of any other community, but just from the type of people who comment on my channel and send me stuff in the mail, do mail exchanges with people in this community. They're so generous, and they're so really mostly good people in this community. Yeah, crabs everywhere. I was like, what? Someone came in and I was like, they started doing crabs. I'm like, okay, I know someone who does this on their channel. I'm like, is it, what's going on right now? And then people kept saying raid. I was like, oh my God. It's like international stackers raiding my channel. Wow. What did I do to deserve this? This is like the highlight of my week. Wow. It's amazing. There you go. There's some crabs. Yeah. Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude, international stacker. And I'm completely honest. Like I saw he met up with Fish and Emerald Coast Stacker. He's at a coin at the Fun Show in Florida. I've watched a few of his videos where he's met some people who I know in the community. I don't regularly watch International Stacker, but it seems like he really does relate to the average person, and like he just seems like an amazing guy. I can't say enough good things about him for what he did for me this morning. It's just amazing. It's that good karma, homie. Yup, definitely. I definitely believe in karma, Kalilo. Definitely. You're on when he is. I didn't know that. Well, this I never go on in the morning. This was like the first time I've ever gone on during the weekday in the morning, because I'm at this time of day I'm at work. I'm currently at work right now, but I don't have any work to do. This is literally my last day on this part of my project that I'm on, and they literally told one team outside of the U.S. not to come in, not to start work, not to come into work today. Unfortunately, I had to come into work today, but there is no work for me to do. So I don't want to take a sick day. I just have to turn on my computer and I get paid for the day essentially. So my basically my supervisors, it doesn't matter. They know there's no work. It's basically I'm getting paid today for nothing. So I figured let me go on, do a live stream. I'm not gonna get in trouble for being on here at work. So that's why I came on. Yeah. I do management consulting. So basically, specifically, I do consulting work for financial institutions. I do compliance work specifically. So I basically I do a lot of investigative work. I look at people's and companies' bank accounts. I look for any type of suspicious activity. I look for money laundering. I look for drug money, terrorist financing, any type of illicit patterns of money. I try to find, and normally, if I do detect that, we write up a report, and then those reports actually get sent to FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, which is part of the Treasury Department. So, and then that information actually gets passed on to law enforcement, different depending on what type of possible crime it could be, whether it's tax evasion, whether it's human trafficking, drug money. I've worked on cases involving human trafficking before, where I've had the FBI contact people that I work with. So yeah. It could be interesting at times. It's I've been doing this for many years already, and it's never a dull day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not a government job. I don't. There are there are projects for. I think the Federal Reserve actually had a project last year. I didn't apply for that project. I don't want to say I actually work for I don't want to say it's basically a huge management consulting company, and we're doing a project for a bank right now that has issues that has actually let a lot of money laundering occur at their bank, and they basically had regulators come in. So basically, what happens is regulators are constantly coming in and doing auditing, and they're looking for to see, if the banks are what's going on with these banks, and they found a lot of deficiencies, and this bank was fined hundreds of millions of dollars. And so basically, because their staff didn't do their job adequately, the regulator basically tells the bank, okay, you got to bring in outside people, and you have to basically redo all the work that you had that for the last X amount of years that you messed up on. So that's where I come in, and I've worked for multiple financial institutions. I've done projects for JP Morgan. I've done projects for PayPal. I've done, several international banks I've worked for. I've worked for over a dozen different financial institutions. So, yeah, all sorts of banks from all over the world I've worked for. Thank you for asking, SGT. Not too many people ask, and I don't mind sharing what I do for work. I know some people are kind of, they don't want to share it, but I don't mind. Your wife cleans your coins in the washing machine. She's a money launderer. And that's kind of where they got that term from, because they actually used to, back in the days in New York City especially, they'd actually used to make fake money dryers, to make the fake money. Oh, okay, that's cool, SGT. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm constantly dealing with money on a daily basis. What I was doing more recently, it didn't really have much to do with that. It had more to do with international trade. Um, so yeah, I don't want to bore you guys with that. But yeah, it was interesting. It's kind of interesting now. They're talking about all these um, ships not being able to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, and some of what I've been doing recently involves trade involving ships. So just kind of interesting. Used to bleach $1 bills, reprint $200 bills. Yeah, exactly. They did all sorts of tricks like that back in the day. Yup, yup. So I guess I could talk about it. There's no restriction on me talking about, the knowledge. So yeah, a lot of times I do projects for retail banks, That's the bank that you go to take out your money. You have your own personal account in. And a lot of times, a common thing is that people don't want to have their money reported to the government, right? They know about that $10,000 mark, right? Some people might think it's a different amount. Okay, it's anything over $10,000 in cash gets gets reported to the government, right? If you take out $10,000 or more in cash, it gets reported. And you know what, guys? People think, oh, I don't want to take out $10,000. I don't want it to be reported to the IRS or whatever. So they do something called structuring. They'll take out $5,000 in the morning, and then they'll go back to their bank. They'll take out $5,000 again the same day at another location or the same location. And, you know, we're complete. I probably shouldn't be saying this, but we're completely aware of all these transactions going on, and you know, it, guys, just take the money out. Take the 10,000 plus out of your account at one time. Don't do these things because you're just putting yourself on the radar. If you're a legitimate person, just take out the money. Don't try to hide it from the government. So what if it gets reported to the government? Nothing's going to happen. You're not going to pay any taxes. You're not going to get hit with an audit from the IRS. Don't try to be exactly. It's a red flag. Yeah. Yeah, it looks more suspicious if you take out the money, if you structure the money, the cash withdrawals or the cash deposits. It looks more suspicious. Just do your business. If you need to take out a lot of money, just take it out at one time. I understand sometimes your banks might not have that much cash available on hand at a certain time, and maybe you take out certain amount in one day, and normally the bank is probably going to tell you to come back in a few days and they'll give you the entire amount of money. Sometimes they'll give you part of it, if it's not that much money. But just do your business, guys. Don't try to break it up and do act shady, because it's just gonna literally raise red flags in the bank's systems. Only thing I don't like is when they ask you, what are you using the money for? Hey, welcome back, Mr. Kento. Let me make you a moderator. I gotta check my email. I haven't been able to check my email, how to confirm it's you. So I'm gonna do that today, and we'll figure it out, Mr. Kento. Okay, we'll figure it out, because I'll probably have like 10 people saying I'm Mr. Kento. Send me to this address. So I'll make sure it's you. Don't worry. Hey, what's going on? 210, welcome in. Th- Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you really don't want to mess with the bank teller. Even just, if you don't want to tell them what it's for, just make up something like, oh, I'm buying a new car or something like that. Whatever. Just, you don't have to necessarily tell them the truth, but just try not to be rude to the teller, because sometimes if you piss off the teller, they'll write you up, and then I have to investigate it. And it might just be something like, you could tell sometimes when these tellers are pissed off and they're just having a bad day, and they decide to write you up. Oh, this customer is acting suspicious. They're taking out, $10,000. They're asking me all these questions about, whatever. So, yeah, my advice is don't piss off the teller, because it might put you on the radar, even more so than the transaction that you're doing. 210, man. Check it out. I took them out of the holders. I'm gonna have to put them in capsules though. I have the capsules. You got a dog or something that took a bite out of this one? What's going on, man? The key year, 1983. It's all good. It's all good, brother. 84, 85. Man, if I had 1,000 people in here, maybe I should have given this away. No, I'm not gonna give all these away until maybe I hit a certain milestone. I was thinking about doing a giveaway of these. Yeah, I got these prospectors here that I got from 210. Yeah, they're in beautiful condition, 210. Thank you so much. Except for this 1983, got a little bite mark in it here, but aside from that, they're all in really nice condition. So thank you again. Tell the bank that Dr. Evil sent you to pull out some money so you can get the lasers for his sharks. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Have to taste it to see if it's real, right? Yup. Just like when those Olympians win those medals, they got to bite into it, right, to see if it's real. Yeah, this has been awesome. I'm just so happy today. I wasn't even I was thinking, I'm like, should I do a live stream this morning? I don't know if I should do it. I'm a little tired. It's Friday. I just did a live stream till like 4 in the morning. Just got up at 9 o'clock. I didn't get much sleep. So I was like, should I do another live stream? And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did. Yeah, thank you 210. I appreciate that. I haven't checked. Let me check my phone. Actually, I got another phone here. This battery is about to die on this one. Um, so maybe I'll just take out the battery here. Let's see what we got going on here on my analytics. Surprisingly, did not get too many new subscribers. I think I got about 10 or 11 new subscribers, but I'm sure my watch hours have, significantly increased. So, yeah, so cool. This is awesome. So 210, man. Did you get I don't want to say what the money was for, but were you able to get what you needed, or are you still selling some stuff? Because there's people in this room, they might be interested. I don't know if you still are selling anything with the prices dropping now, but if you want to sell anything, you could let people know. Yeah, I bought some vintage silver from 210 a while ago, and I was very fortunate. The price at the time was not that much, and I got some amazing deals. I got a beautiful Volkswagen 2-ounce silver bar that I got from 210. They basically, anyone in 1980 to celebrate, I forgot how many years, maybe the 50th anniversary, I don't remember, but they basically gave people a 2-ounce silver bar if they bought a Volkswagen. So that's a really cool bar. I really love that bar. I still have it. I'm never selling that bar. And okay, that's good to know, 210. I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah, I didn't want to mention what it was, but I'm really glad you got that taken care of, man, because that's definitely not a cheap thing to fix a roof. So I'm glad you're able to take care of that, man. I'm glad I could help you out any way I can. Going to the LCS later today to get a 1/10 ounce platinum. Hoping the gold platinum ratio will hit 1 to 1 someday. It could, platinum used to be worth more than gold prior, like in the early 2000s. Platinum was, the spot price was more. So anything is possible. Now's a good time to definitely, stack anything because of, compared to spot price a month ago, it's a lot cheaper. So you gotta take advantage of these spot prices. I love platinum. I'm kind of sorry I sold about 1.5 ounces of platinum last year. But yeah, if these prices keep going down, I definitely want to add some more platinum to my stack. I used to love getting the American Platinum Eagles, but they stopped making them in 2024. They actually only minted, I think, around, I want to say 12,000, 12,800, something like that. Very low mintage for the last year. I was actually very fortunate enough to get one. But yeah, I try to get the platinum kookaburras, the 1/10 ounce every year. I'm missing the 2025 one. I try to get those every year, so I add a little bit of platinum to my stack every year. I at least get those. I have a 1 ounce platinum kookaburra, and I got a few other platinum coins. I got some of the fractional American Platinum Eagles as well. But yeah, I don't blame you wanting to get gold, because the spot price has dropped by about $1,000 an ounce for gold. So yeah, it's definitely a great time to stack up on anything, but in particular gold. And I recently purchased a 1 ounce gold coin, and I really want to do a video on it. I'm really inspired now. I'll probably maybe do one this weekend. Yeah, I can't wait to show it. It's a beautiful coin. I think you'll really like it too, SGT. I don't want to say what it is yet, but you guys will see it definitely, by next week, the latest. I'm gonna come out with a video. Yeah, I love platinum. I definitely want to stock up more on platinum this year. Damn, it's almost 12. Just finishing up a drink here. All right, OC, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, man. Those of you who are not subscribed to OC Omega, if someone could drop his link, maybe, that'd be awesome. Check out his content. He makes a ton of content, guys. He just hit 400 subscribers, so let's get him to 500, and hopefully you'll be at 500 in no time, OC. Take care, my friend. Yeah, so yeah, that's good that you're picking up some platinum. I actually placed an order. I might have mentioned this already. Over 40 ounces of silver. So that was actually before it went down a lot. But the silver that I got, I think it still has retained its value. So I'm waiting for that to ship out. I should probably call them up. I actually got it from Bold again. So I've had problems with Bold in the past, but unfortunately they have some hard to get items that I can't necessarily get anywhere else right now. So I got to deal with them. I got to call them up later today, see where my order is, because it was supposed to have shipped out yesterday and it didn't. So we'll see what's going on with that. And then I bought a vintage bar a couple days ago. They had it in stock on a website, so I'm looking forward to that. Hope you don't mind me emailing you about that tail. Not at all. The Chinatown in DC is not a real Chinatown, but love to hear more history. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely email me. I don't mind. Again, I'm not too familiar with the tail. I know, the unit of measurement. I've seen them. They're kind of like a little bit boat shaped, right? I think they're kind of like a little boat of silver. But yeah, I know the history of that. So yeah, anything you want to email me, let me know. I'm always interested in learning about different types of precious metals from all over the world myself. You sent a picture of your vintage silver bar. Okay, that's cool. So maybe I could use that as a confirmation. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check my email when I get off my live stream. Mr. Kento, I got you, man. I'm definitely gonna send it out. You, I'm legit. You could ask, anyone who's watched my channel. I've always come through with my giveaways. I've always sent people to give away. So we'll get this figured out, man. I promise. You collect Engelhard bars too? Nice, man. That is awesome. Yeah, I love vintage silver. I just love vintage silver. Actually, well, I don't have it with me right now. I recently on my live stream showed a 5 ounce vintage Engelhard bar that I had picked up. Um, the only ones I really have right here are these little Johnson Mathey 5 grammers and obviously prospectors, which I don't really care for prospectors too much. I'm not a huge fan of prospectors, to be honest, but I wanted to help out 210, and because he treated me really good in the past as far as vintage. I got some amazing deals from him, so I wanted to help him out mostly. So, damn, I wish I had some Engelhard here aside from the prospectors. I don't have it, unfortunately. Sorry. So check it out. So there's someone in the community named Mark Samuelson, and I recently did a mail call, and he sent me these coasters that his nephew actually did. He made a few of them, so I thought it was really cool that I actually had purchased this around the same time. So we got the actual prospector round, and we actually have the coaster here, which is really cool that he got a set of these made up for me. So this is an awesome idea, and you might see people get their own coasters made up in the future. But yeah, this is really I'm very fortunate. He was able to send me a set of these. You have a number of sequential serial numbers. That is awesome, Mr. Kento. I love sequential serial number silver bars. I love collecting them. It's my favorite. My first vintage silver was actually two 5 ounce Engelhard sequentially numbered poured bars, which I know oh my god, they're just so beautiful. I just love vintage silver. It's just amazing, and to have sequentially numbered. Oh my god, I have two. I don't know if you're familiar with homestake mining. Homestake Mining was actually the longest listed company on the New York Stock Exchange up until I think around 2003. So they had been on the stock exchange for like since like the 1880s or something like that. And they're actually my favorite silver company, Homestake Mining. I love Homestake Mining. I have two sequentially numbered silver bars from 1978, and actually, they're one of the few companies that actually would put the year on the bars that they were made. Some of their more modern bars. So those are very special to me. I'm very fortunate. The same seller listed the silver bar separately, so he listed one of them, and then he listed the sequential one like a few weeks later, and I just happened to, see his auction. I actually bought it from eBay many years ago, and yeah, I'm just very blessed. I love anything sequentially numbered or vintage, especially. Man, that's like, I just love that. Your father was a diamond driller at Homestake? Really? That is awesome. That is awesome, Mrs. Chef Yoda. I bet he has a lot of stories he could tell. Man. You have a Philadelphia mint bar? Wow. That is awesome, Mr. Kento. I know those are not cheap. anything from like the US mints, like from San Francisco or Philadelphia. I know I've seen those like from the 1940s and 50s. I've seen those before from the 30s as well. Those things go for buku money. Like yeah, I would love to have one someday. Exactly, the 40s, exactly. That's mostly from the 1930s until the 50s. You mostly see them from. That is awesome. Wow, that is amazing. Yeah, I don't have any Nikola Tesla. Actually, I do. Actually, Miss, you know what, Mrs. Chef Yoda, I do have a Nikola Tesla coin. I do have one. I got one from Australia. They made one in Australia, and someone actually sent it to me. I just remembered. I do have one from Australia. Someone did send me one. Yeah, they closed down in the late 90s when gold dropped. Yeah, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Wow, that is so cool. I don't mean to get too personal, Mrs. Chef Yoda, but do you happen to have any homestake mining, not just like precious metals, like any like items from your father, anything that has like homestake mining on it? That's so cool. I just think it's so cool. Last bar you picked up was an 8th Series Bull logo 20-ounce Engelhard. Damn, 210. Where'd you find something like that, man? Damn, that's awesome. My dealer at one time had about I th- I th- I think it was the 20-ounce 751. He had about 20 of those at one time, and he pretty much sold all of them off except for maybe like a few he kept. Yeah, I got some rare Engelhard bars myself. The rarest Engelhard bar I have, I don't. There's, well, I'm trying to think. I think I have some that have a maybe 3,000 mintage, some 1-ounce bars. I have a 5-ounce bar that has a mintage of, I want to say around 3,800 or something like that, according to all Engelhard, if you believe that their numbers are accurate. But yeah, I have some rare Engelhard bars. My email is stackthatgold@gmail. So you could just how my channel name is at gmail.com. That would be amazing. Yeah, anything homestake mining. I mean, I know the history a little bit of homestake, but yeah, any information that would be awesome. No problem. Thank you. I'm always interested in learning about, especially when it comes to vintage, because for vintage, a lot of times it's a lot harder to get information, especially on some of these smaller refiners. I mean, homestake mining was around for, well over 100 years, so there's probably a lot more information available. But even so, as time progresses, it gets harder and harder to get information, about these mines. Sorry, about these refiners. It was a 3rd Series 200 mintage. Wow. Yeah, I don't necessarily trust, some of the information from all Engelhard. I think is accurate for Engelhard and Johnson Matthey bars, because they've gotten some of these production numbers, from people who used to work for them. So some of their numbers in general might be accurate as far as the number that they produced, but as far as the number of surviving, that's anyone's best guess. A lot of these bars, especially the larger size bars, were used for, industrial purposes, for making jewelry and for, other applications, like for dental applications as well. So, I mean, who knows what percentage of, what bar survived, like a 5 ounce, series, eighth series bar, what percentage of them actually survived up until now. No, it's anyone's best guess, right? It's just an estimate. Um, I know they say for 5 ounce bars for Engelhard, they only produced about 89,000 of them. In total, they say they produced about 1 million investment grade bars, from 1 ounce up until, 1,000 ounce Comex bars Engelhard produced, or even smaller than 1 ounce. I actually have a fractional, like a 10, I think it's a 10-gram Engelhard bar or something. So yeah, from 1 gram up until 1,000 ounces, they produced, anywhere in between. I actually have I had three 2 ounce Engelhard bars before. I actually sold one to someone in the community, um, and the other one I sold to a dealer, and I still have one. I kept one. But yeah, Engelhard is definitely one of my top favorite vintage bars to collect. I love Engelhard. It's probably it's probably my second favorite. All right, thank you, F37 Metal. I appreciate you stopping by. Take care. I'm probably gonna end this around noon because I've already been streaming for 2.5 hours myself. So another 10 minutes or so, I'm probably gonna wrap it up. Wow, that's an amazing price, SGT. That's what I love. I'm kind of fortunate where I actually do have some places where I can get vintage here by me. I have a flea market that starts up again in April. So from April until December, there's a flea market near where I live, and there's a guy there who I've been buying from for a few years now, and his prices, there's about half a dozen people who sell coins or precious metals at the flea market, and he has the best prices out of all of them because he's actually in the business. He used to work for a refiner, and now he has his own little setup in the diamond district. So he knows me. I'm probably one of his best customers for precious metals. He also sells watches and jewelry. So I'm very fortunate because he has some vintage. I get vintage from him, and I have a few places, a few local coin shops that I go to here in the city, in the Diamond District. Bullion Exchanges being one of them. But I go to some smaller dealers as well. But it's very hard for me to get vintage. Some of them, like Big Apple Coins, he used to do a lot of Whatnot, and that's where I saw him on Whatnot. And when there's another YouTuber, Sentu Georgie, he's based in Singapore, and he came into New York City, and I met up with him multiple times. And we go to the Diamond District, and we went to Big Apple Coins. He actually did a video, Jonathan, the owner. So he has a lot of vintage, but he knows what vintage is really worth, what it's going for on eBay, and he kind of prices it out based on what they're charging on eBay, which tends to be a little bit overpriced. But yeah, Sentu Georgie was actually he's actually in here in the beginning of my stream when I first started. But yeah, he's definitely still around. You'll shoot the seller in an email. He comes up nice vintage, so you just got to keep checking in with him because some of his stuff doesn't last long once he posts it. That'd be amazing, 210. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I mean, that is great. I love vintage. One awesome thing to happen with this bull run West Texas. A lot of people thumping treasures. Yeah, definitely. Hey, what's going on? Being Becky, welcome in. I had I had a raid from International Stacker this morning, I would have had over 1,000 people in my room. But because of my settings, I only could get 100 people in the room. So yeah, I did a giveaway. I'm really sorry you weren't here earlier. I gave away an ounce of silver because there were so many people in this room. So yeah, maybe next time. But yeah, Sentu Georgie, he's constantly making videos. I mean, he's putting out a video every couple days, so you could definitely check him out. He's definitely around. Who's coming for me? The G-men are coming for me. They want to confiscate my gold. Nah. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely change that setting when I get off of my stream. People have told me how to change it, so I know what to do now. So I'm gonna have to do it when I get off the stream. Now, if I lit 210, if I had 1,000 people on this stream, man, it would have just been chaos because I love to do giveaways, especially when there's a lot of people on my channel, and 100 people. That was something for me to celebrate. So I want to give back to the community for supporting me. And if I had 1,000 people and I basically said guess a number from 1 to 100, I would have literally had thousands of numbers that I would have had to like scroll through to see who was the first person. It was already bad enough with 100 people, close to 100 people, but if I had to do it for 1,000 people, man, it would have been chaos. So you know what? I would have gotten a lot more view hours too. I realized that I would have probably had a lot more people in this room right now, but you know what? It's all good. Everything in life happens for a reason, right? So I was only meant to get 100 people in my room today. I wasn't meant to get 1,000 people in my room. Not yet, right? So I'm just blessed and I'm content with having 100 people in this room today. That's like more than I could have ever asked for. Oh, in the background, yeah, man. No, I live not far from a couple hospitals. So during the pandemic, I was basically at ground zero during the pandemic, like in the U.S. It was very bad here, especially in New York City where I live. It was very bad. I saw stuff that I don't even want to talk about during the pandemic. So it was very bad here. Gold is at 45.32 and silver's at 70. All right, let's go, people. There you go, Kalilo. Let's do it, man. Gotta be in it to win it. Did palladium really go up almost 3.5%? Been to New York City once before, but it was cold. Didn't enjoy too much. I'll have to go again someday. Yeah, man, definitely stop by. SGT, let me know, man. We could definitely meet up. I'll take you to the coin shops here, bullion dealers. It'd be awesome. Yup. Gold is up $150 right now. It's these swings, man, these huge swings, daily swings that I've never seen up until like, last year. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crude is under 100 though. Stock markets are down. Yeah. Yeah, the winter time, if you come to New York City from like I'd say December up until March, it's probably off season. You could probably get some really good deals on hotels at that time. But yeah, after New Year's, like no one comes to New York City, especially in January. It's probably the best time to come if you want like the cheapest hotel rates in January. They actually have the International Coin Show here in January. Yeah, I mean, it depends, but yeah, I definitely recommend coming when the weather is warmer in like the summertime. Usually is a big tourist season here. You say over 6,000 gold by October. You could be right, 210. I honestly, this is just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. This is just my opinion. I do think gold will go up, and I think you might be right, 210. I think a lot of these banks are forecasting gold to be in the 5,500 to $6,000 range by the end of the year. So we'll see what happens. Only time can tell, right? You never been to New York City, Becky? You used to live in New York, right? You were upstate though, but you never been to New York City? Damn, I'm really surprised. I've been upstate, Becky. I've been all over New York. I've been to Albany. I've been to Binghamton, Buffalo. I've been all over New York State. Yeah, I know you're in the Chicago area, SGT. It gets really bad up there. Yeah, that's one place I would not want to be in the wintertime. You are 3 hours away and you never came to visit us, man. Becky, come on. All right, Mrs. Chef, I'm definitely gonna check out the email later today. I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of emails now that I gotta check. So please bear with me. There's gonna be a lot of people emailing me today. I'm so happy. I'm really excited. This is I wasn't having a bad week, but it was kind of like, wasn't such a great week. I mean, it was kind of bittersweet. I'm ending this project that I'm on. I'm working with some really good people who I'm gonna see on the next phase of this project I'm working on. But yeah, it's been an interesting week for me. So I'm really so excited and happy, and very fortunate that International Stacker did a raid on my channel. So kind of him. I can't say enough good things about International Stacker. Um, God bless him, and thank you all. I really appreciate everyone who has been in here for a long time and who has came in during the raid, and who people who have come in after the raid. So thank you all so much for stopping by. This is a very rare occurrence for me. I never stream in the morning. I always stream late at night, usually around midnight, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm a night owl. I like streaming at nighttime. So I really want to just thank everyone who's still in here for stopping by today. Really made my day. It made my week. Made my month. It was my birthday recently. So this is an amazing community. I can't say enough good things about people in this community. And I'm very blessed and fortunate to have so many people come in here today. And I just love to give back as well. So, those of you who are not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe, watch my videos, give me some likes, if you can. I do giveaways on my live streams all the time, and hopefully when I do get monetized, I'll be able to give away a lot more. That's the only reason I want to get monetized. I don't want to keep any of the money for myself. I just want to give it back all to this amazing community. So I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. It's 12 o'clock by me. Thank you, Mrs. Chef Yoda. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, everyone, SGT, who's wished me a happy birthday. I appreciate all of you. And that's pretty much it, guys. I always say at the end of my videos, I always say this, so I'm going to say it right now. Um, Take care, everyone, And like I always say, stack that gold. Everyone have an amazing day. Take care. God bless and stay safe. Stay healthy.